Hello? I guess that's fine. Hello? 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 Mic check. Hello? Mic check. Hello? Hello? Mic check. Too loud. There, okay.
Yes. On the other, once the soul. Now that we've come, my only hope. Come. The truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that statue. It represents the unbroken friendship.
The aroma from these plants. It's the same scent.
This is it. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave. Just as I expected. The Threnodian. What you see in the sanctuary is the Sentinel. A majestic steed that galloped with the Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity. A form the Sentinel assumed, although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita, to save Imperator. Both Jinzhou and Jue owe you their future. That makes you the only person. I understand the position you are in. Word has it, perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you. For the remainder of your time, I can offer you a glimpse into Renacita's past.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Do you think that's...
Care to elaborate? The part regarding them, the Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact. That's because Imperator wields the power with it. They can with... This is how this to resonate with the...
Then what about Cardathia?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her resonance. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel. The maiden was already dead.
Hello? Hello? Hello, Mac check. Alright, perfect.
In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the Divine Trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers. While overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, when I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were... the maiden.
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. If Turvin is the key to entering the Sonaro sphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. Could Imperator? If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
I suppose all that's left is its symbolic value. However, do handle it with care. It is a family. Rover, who are you really? I would never have imagined someone already considered. What surprise? We Thessalians revere Imperator as our one true divinity. And yet, here you stand. The Arbiter. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master?
Hello.
The only question now...
We can discuss.
So you are
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking? Although being described. There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Thessalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorosphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lifts.
Are all these mechanisms really necessary?
Convenience isn't the only reason for having them. Some were specifically built in case an outsider decided to visit.
Why do the Thessalias have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonaro sphere?
Before it became a Sonorosphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden. You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor. Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight. And rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you,
Hello, boss.
this is
Narinig
no
mo ba ako, boss?
jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual? Well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet. We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the Sonora Sphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here. Strange. This area was clear of tacit discords on my last visit. And there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the Sonora Sphere itself?
Didn't think there would be gulp puffs here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind sparing a few for me?
I'd better not ask what she plans to do with them.
The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trial and was crowned by the Order. A day when the leaf burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, the dark tide that should have spread across Renacita vanished along with it. Yet due to a lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it unfold from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Turvin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the Sonorosphere's interior.
Sounds like someone inside the seminary did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been. The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me,
You have come. Greetings. I'm Cantathea.
Cantarella Facade.
Oh, a Phasalia. It seems you're tired.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day. But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. This must be the sort of divinity.
You shouldn't have.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? The question of whose resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's resonator, then that must mean...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the...
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Threnode.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day.
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. There are two other swords. The Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. Yes, placing the three swords. But why?
If we do instead of
Lady May.
Please, Cantathea.
I've waited for this moment. I will not turn back. Even if the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step.
Since you are willing to overlook the possibilities of a trap, then there's... I underestimated your resolve. I'm sorry. Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind me, and this tower will elevate it.
what you said to Cartathea back there.
Are you all right? The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite of what you're used to. It took me some time to get used to it too. I believe it's to prevent them from falling to the ground. Tacit discords. The dark tide.
I imagine it's also a symbolic reminder that this view matches with what I...
Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest... It's the name I gave to a god.
This gondola...
Oh dear. I completely forgot about this.
Greed will get you punished.
I'm afraid Foam would refuse.
The two of you.
You look distracted. Still thinking about what Cantarella said about fearing answers?
My powers are very weak, and many tacit discords roam the sonorosphere. Thus, I've been limited in the areas I can explore. All I can do is sit here, lost in thought, trying to figure out who I am. We'll be arriving at the first water rise soon. A few details, if you don't mind.
Feeling nervous?
Of course. The last time I tried to pass it like this... Where were my manners? I can assure you that won't happen again. As for the rest of the way, I see it clearly now. Vines, over there. And that statue.
I can feel strong remnant.
The Order's remnant spark must be inside the statue. I see now. The lingering rem to release it. We'll need to clear away the remaining remnant. Once we have the remnant spark, we can use it to burn through the vine.
If the Threnodian created the Dark Tide...
Abby is still unwell. More Dark Tide remnant. Don't worry. This much... The vines are remnants of the dark tide. Foam won't be able to cross through them. This calibrator seems... One moment, that should do it. It's turning. Rotate the gravity calibrator to change the direction of the gravity's pull. If we use this, we should be able to reach areas we previously couldn't.
No hesitation. I sense your weakness. One more time. Hopefully this helps. The hour is upon us. Wind guide me.
Hurry. We need to purify the other statues before the Dark Tide's corruption returns. Sounds like Foam's getting impatient. Let's head back.
Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
You've helped a lot. Don't. Another water rise is coming up. You planning to hold on to something?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
An unexpected discovery. By the way, you said the inverted gravity is to stop the dark tide from descending into the city, but all we've seen so far are just its remnants.
And that's because this very waterway we're sailing on used to be the dark tide itself. In these waters, gravity isn't the only thing that's inverted. Its very essence is too. Obstacles ahead. Let's get off here. There it is, up there. But judging by the distance, we'd be hard-pressed to make it back in time.
Can you use your ability from somewhere in between to clear them all at once?
I might not have that range. But there may be tacitite devices nearby that can help amplify my forte. Let's see if we can find one. That's it. A tacitite device.
Leave it to me. I sense your weakness. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps.
This should do the trick.
Strike from the shadows. Moment of resonance. You okay?
Just catching my breath. You go get the remnant spark. Up ahead is the Tower of Salvation. That's where the first pedestal is located.
Tower of Salvation?
Yes, a name taken from the Order's Codex.
Cherish every gain.
I'd rather know I'm a villain than remain a wanderer, lost in a world without understanding. To live with no memory of the past. Would it be so different from choosing to end it all? I must find the answer. Only then will I know how to face the memories I still carry. As for you, if I really am... I should go back for Cantaret.
Of course.
I hope you won't mind the extra trip.
I saw signs of battle along the way. Is anyone injured? Oh, I insist. There's no knowing what will happen once Tervin is placed on the pedestal. It's best we prepare ourselves.
No longer flood salvation.
I choose self.
In the name of, through this sacred rite, from this day forward, rise, none but them.
Do you have any idea how messed up and humongous that frequency was? I should ask you that. I was dozing when BAM! Out of nowhere, a giant that almost squished me.
I'm guessing putting Tervin on the pedestal has something...
Oh, hey! It smells just as unnatural as that big gigantor back...
The Sentinel of Jinjo. If what our little echo friend says is true, then the frequency that entered your tacit...
Huh? But the Sentinel is...
The power to split and manipulate.
It is reminiscent of the moment.
Why would it do that?
I believe it was meant for the true, under the right circumstances. The one. The Sentinel.
If Imperator set this in... Cardathia, that means...
But
I believe in you. Is there anything...
I just remembered the day I was crowned by the Order. And the moment the dark tide descended upon us. Huh?
But I didn't see the dark tide.
That is all I can remember.
Is that what you saw?
You witnessed it as well, Cantarella.
No. I only saw... They seemed to belong to... I believe this is where we should rest. We'll wait. You're the one who... After all, it's...
You mean beside... Listen, it's not a sink, which is why it's so hard to get it... but
We might encounter... Keep an eye on...
we'll do...